Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sean if you haven't been here before. And what I want to do today is go ahead and get the repairs done on the lower cab right there, make that patch panel. And I got one I was talking about last time on the roof that I need to patch up, and one in the cab. And then I think that's pretty much all the repairs I think I got to do. I might find some more here and there, but I think that's all the bigger repairs done. Then we can probably move on to finishing the bed up. I ordered some patch panels for that I'm going to have to get put in a later video, I guess. But let's go ahead and get set up and get started on this repair. All right, guys, when I'm doing a repair where I can't see behind it or it has two layers of metal, if you hit it with a heavy wire wheel and that metal is weakened from real bad rust behind it, it'll blow right through it, and you'll know at least where you need to get and start your repair at. Usually probably at least an inch above that. Hopefully get back into solid metal again. So let me go ahead and hit this with this heavy wire wheel and see if we can reveal any more weak spots on this metal. All right, guys, now I got this all wire wheeled. Now you can see that a bunch of holes gotten popped up that you couldn't see before. Only thing we knew that was bad was this section right here. So like I said, that wire wheel exposed stuff like that, and I went pretty hard above this, trying to get it to blow through if it was going to, and it seems to be pretty solid. So I think I'm gonna, like I said, come up about an inch above this, and probably come kind of at an angle and tie back in. So I'll go ahead and mark it out what I'm going to cut so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. All right, guys, you can see how I got it marked now. I'm going to go ahead and get that cut out. Then we'll see what we need to do as far as behind there, because I can already see that there's a lot of pitting and hose in the structure behind it. So we'll have to do a repair back there too. All right, let me go ahead and get this cut out, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, got it cut with the angle grinder. Now I'm just trying to get it removed. It has like a seam sealer type glue between the joints. Okay, see right there. It's in pretty bad shape, but it looks like it was getting a lot more solid up in this area, so that's pretty good. And really, I think we're just going to have to get patch this little area down here at the bottom. So it shouldn't be too bad. So let me go ahead and get this stuff cleaned up a little bit and see what we got. All right, now I got it kind of cleaned up. I can see what I want to keep. And I think I'm going to keep all this above this line right here. It's nice and solid. I went ahead and blew out all this trash that was inside this cab corner, so that should help keep it from rotting out. And I'm also going to get take some of my Rust-Oleum rust reformer, and I'm going to spray back in there as good as I can and get it treated if there's any rust in there. But yeah, that thing was full of rust and a lot of sand and dirt. So if you get an opportunity to be able to open something up and get something cleaned out, make sure you do that, because it's going to save you a lot of work in the future of more rust repair. All right, guys, what I want to go ahead and do is lay out this piece of sheet metal. Things I already know about it is it's 18 gauge. I went ahead and measured from where the offset starts to the edge right here, and that's 3/4 of an inch. And I measured the bend over right here, and it's another 1/4 inch. So I know I need at least 1 inch of material right there. And I measured from where the offset starts to the top, and it's like a 1/4 inch. So I got that dimension. Only thing I don't know what I'm going to do about is the radius right here. I don't have a shrinker stretcher. I don't know if I'm going to need it. I guess I'll find out when I get to that part. So let me go ahead and lay out this piece of metal, and I'll be right back. right, as you just seen in the time lapse, I got it all laid out. I'll be following this line right here for the offset, and then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to put this radius in here, because I got to bend that over 90 degrees. But let me go ahead and get this part done first, and then we'll figure the other part out. All right, guys, just like last time, I'm going to use this top die to line up with on that mark I was showing you I was going to get and follow. And I'm going to just run it in there just a little bit and kind of back it back out to see if my width is right. All right, let me get the other piece. Compare the two. I mean, they seem to be pretty close. What I need to do now is go ahead and probably add a little bit of tension to this, because I don't think it's got the same height as the original. Go ahead and try it again. It might be a little bit closer. Let me use my calipers to measure the height of it. That's about 50 thousandths. Alright. I need to add a little bit more tension to it. It's not quite the same. Go ahead and run this through again. It's a little bit taller, but I still don't think that's quite enough. See how much more space I got. Looks like I might be able to go just a little bit more with these dies. And then if that's not deep enough, I'm going to have to switch my dies up. Yeah, it's still not quite the same height, I don't think. It kind of depends on where you're at on here. Some areas it's a little bit less. I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is run it through all the way. And if it doesn't work, I'll get and change them out. So it's really kind of hard to do this with a hand crank. I'm sure that's the reason why everybody always pays extra for the, or a lot of people anyway, pays extra for the motorized. this really doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be on the back of the cab. Mainly I'm doing this stuff to practice for when I need something to be looking pretty good. Alright. That's actually not too bad. Get the original. Kind of see. Looks pretty close to it. I mean, I got off my line a little bit, but I think it's all right. All right, let me go ahead and cut this radius off so it gives me room to, I guess, bend this over, because I'm not going to be able to bend this over with this piece of metal like this. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, I started looking at the truck and this piece I cut off. Definitely the offset up here is more pronounced, and it starts flattening out as it comes around. So what I ended up having to do is put another set of offset dies in there and ran it back down to here, because that's about right in this area is where it starts flattening out more. So I kind of copied that and it looks a lot better. And I went ahead and cut the radius out right here. And I'm going to try to use another set of offset dies to see if I can start bending this 90 over. I might still have to hammer and dolly it, but maybe it'll help out. I wish I had some tipping dies. It'd probably help out a real lot. So let me go ahead and try this out. All right, that offset die I got and did a pretty good job about being able to make that radius bend right there. So what I need to do now is probably go put it in my vise and flatten these edges out. I'll probably have to use a hammer to work this one down. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right, I flattened it out a little bit in that vise, but I'm gonna try doing the rest of the work here on my anvil. All right, guys, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. I think I'm pretty happy with it for the experience I have with bead rolling and everything. And my phone cut off a little ago when I was over there hammering on the anvil. What I ended up having to do is take a pair of needle nose, and I kind of just made a little twist right here to shrink up the metal a little bit, and it did a lot better as far as getting that to bend. And it actually kind of just about like this one is. It kind of, it's not completely 90. Neither is this one. So let me go ahead and get the other piece welded in. I didn't show much of it because it's just a flat piece of metal. I just traced out the old one and put this back in its place, and you can see it matches up pretty good. Only thing different on this one is it's 16 gauge, not 18 gauge. So let me go ahead and weld that in, and I'll come back when I'm ready to get install the actual patch panel. All right, I got this all welded in. I went ahead and welded both sides so it wouldn't have no pinholes. Plus, I put weld through primer on both pieces. I already got this one pretty much fitted in, so all I gotta do is clamp it up and weld it in. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, guys, I got this all clamped up, and I think I got it as best as I can get it in here. Everything looks pretty good. But let me go ahead and put a few tacks in it. one of the problems I'm having is that this panel, like right in here, it starts kicking out this way, so it's like everything's kind of bowed, and it's like that on both sides. I don't know if that's normal for these dent side Fords. Y'all can let me know if that's a normal deal with the way these trucks are assembled. Alright, I'm just gonna work my way around and get this all tacked in. I'll be right back. Alright, I got it done to the best I can do it. I think it came out okay. Like I said, I like doing it on these areas right now that you're not going to really see. So hopefully later on I'll do a little bit better job when it actually matters. So I guess I'll move on to the other places I need to get fixed on the cab. Alright guys, next day, what I want to do today is start on the roof. I showed in the last video that somebody put some kind of sealant up there. I don't know if it was like a light bar or a antenna or something like that, but I want to go ahead and get that scraped off and see what's underneath there so I can get that repaired. All right, see what's underneath this. I don't know what they used. It's not silicone, more like a roofing sealant. Well, thought it'd scrape off there a little bit easier. And you can't see it from the inside either. When you look inside, it's got that area right here where you can't really see where that's at. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get that all scraped out of there. Then I'll come back and get this patched up. All right, what I ended up doing is taking one of these old electrical boxes I had and stealing these little knockouts out of it. I sanded it down, put a little bit of paint on or weld-through primer on the back side of it. And since it had some rust on this hoe, it worked out because I just used my step drill, drilled it out to the exact same size as this piece I'm gonna get welded in. And I'm gonna end up putting a magnet right there and holding it in place and get it welded in, and hopefully that repair will be done. All right guys, I got the repair done, but I'm having issues out of my welding helmet, so it's gonna probably shut me down right here. I'll go ahead and show you this repair. I basically had to just keep shutting my eyes and hitting the trigger because the delay in my helmet is messed up and it just keeps blinking. I was hoping the battery change was getting fix it, but it didn't have a low battery light on it, so I wasn't sure about that. But if I turn my delay longer, it does take longer for it to blink, but it still keeps blinking. So I still have one more repair to do in the cab, and it's kind of going to be a hard place to get in film anyway. So if I can get it working, I'll get probably just show a picture of the finished product. If not, I might have to order me a new helmet or something. I don't know, because that's not going to work. But if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you watching, and thank you so much for all your comments and everything like that. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.